we doing? Thanks for coming. This is Clay Allen in the mix, but we're gonna do something different tonight. We're gonna talk about, or we're gonna brainstorm. It's really all this is, an impromptu, last minute. Hey, you want to do this? Yeah, let's do it. So I've got Phil as usual, and I also have my oldest son Brett. He is gonna help out because he's really knowledgeable about a lot of this pop culture stuff, and that's what we're gonna test out. Phil is considering maybe doing a pop culture. I wouldn't mind joining him, and I like talking about this stuff, so I'm going to bring those guys in. If I can just find them. What's up?
Hey, guys.
There they are. And it's doing this weird thing again.
What's it doing?
No, it's putting us in a weird format.
In these little...
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I am never
verticals.
centered
There we
on
go.
your system. There we go.
Yep, now we got it. So, yeah,
My
that's
camera
basically...
tilted. My camera's been moving. Periodically.
Moving? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cheap AliExpress parts. Now, does that picture look straight to you? Because the camera's leaning.
You look straight. No, it doesn't.
No,
Actually,
straight. Yeah, no.
I kind of
I
feel
can
like...
see- yeah, he looks straight, but the chair looks crooked.
Yeah. It's okay. Do what you got to do.
Going by
I
the
am going to put this thing away for a minute. There we go. Because nobody can see Brett's name. Yeah.
I should have put my nerd alias instead. It's okay.
What is... Oh, what? Coded Crusader?
Yeah.
We could have done that. Why is that not playing?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, because it's just not as audible anymore. Yeah. So what's new in the comic world, Brett?
You mean like movies or just like everything? 'Cause
Both,
like,
all of it. Just
we could talk about paper, or we could talk about movies, TV, action figures. We gotta be
movies.
a little more specific.
Let's go movies.
Okay. New trailer for Wonder Man just dropped, and that looks pretty cool, and no one really knows about it.
I thought I saw something about that, but I didn't know it was real.
Yeah.
Kaylee.
She can't hear you.
Oh.
It is... What is his name? I gotta look it up. I forget the actor's name, but he played Dr. Manhattan in the... oh my god, what the heck is it? The Watchmen TV show from HBO? Now he's playing Wonder Man
Yep.
in the Marvel Universe.
I remember
looks
The
really good.
Watchmen. I don't remember if I finished watching it, though.
The TV show? The TV show
Yeah.
is really good. TV
Yeah,
show is awesome.
no,
But the
have you
TV show
seen that,
was
Phil?
weird because the TV show was actually a sequel
seen
to
what?
the actual
The
comic book.
Watchmen.
I saw Zack Snyder's movie, then I saw his re-release, and then I saw his ultimate cut. I honestly did not watch the series.
It was great. It was really good.
I heard it was great. It just wasn't. You know, that was a weird time when that stuff came out. It was a weird time in my life. I had a bunch of family stuff going on, and I just wasn't.
So you just
I
kind
just kind of stepped away from that.
I've had shows like that. Good shows that
Oh, I hope my four-letter word earlier did not offend little one's ears.
he's got headphones on, so
I have headphones, but also it wouldn't matter.
yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't know there were children present. Hello.
No. you're good.
That's Kaylee. That's my granddaughter.
Hi, Kaylee.
Yeah, the TV show was really good, but the TV show was interesting because it wasn't a sequel to the movie; it was a sequel to the comic book, which was cool.
Right? Didn't it have something to do with the sort of specialty comic that came out when the Watchmen movie came out? The black something or other. I am not a Watchmen.
No, so the TV show was a direct sequel to the original Watchmen comic by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons, but it was really good because it, like, I guess spoilers. I don't know how many people are in here that have or have not seen it that want to see it, but spoilers for what comes next is in the end of the comic book, they drop a psychic squid on Manhattan that like causes havoc and
A
messes with
psychic
people's brains.
squid.
Yeah, it's a long story. You gotta just read the comic book. I'm not gonna explain.
Right.
So in the movie, at the end of the movie, it's not a psychic squid. It's he blows up Manhattan essentially. It's a little bit different, but that doesn't happen in the comic book. So the TV show actually addresses what happens after and all the trauma that everyone is dealing with from the psychic attack of the giant squid that was dropped on Manhattan. It's crazy. It's really good.
And they didn't bring back a lot of the characters, did they? From the
None of them, because it's not the same universe.
Oh, I thought they had the who was the old guy?
Oh,
Who was a
I think
prisoner.
he was, but it's not the same person. It's not the same actor. Not a continuation of that character.
Well, yeah, because he's
Yeah.
a lot older, right? He's an old man.
Yeah.
And,
Jeremy Irons, I think, played Ozymandias in the
Yeah.
TV show, and that it was really good. But it's not. Yeah, it's the comic.
Ozymandias, thank you.
Yeah, it's the comic book version of Ozymandias.
I can remember Yahya Abdul Mateen's name, but I couldn't remember.
That's his
Jeremy
name.
Irons.
That's his name. So that's who's playing
See?
Wonder Man. There you go.
Well, didn't I see a trailer for Wonder Man or something?
There was a teaser a while ago, but they released a full trailer now, and it looks great.
And now Wonder Man is DC, I'm assuming.
No, it's a Marvel character.
Oh, it's Marvel.
Wonder Man is actually the character that gave Vision life, essentially, in the comic books.
In the comic, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He actually passed his brain waves into the Vision, the robot, to give him life as a sentient being.
Nice.
Whereas
Mm-hmm.
in the movie, it was Tony Stark and Iron Man and one of
Yeah.
the Infinity Stones
Right.
Correct. Yeah. The what was it? Was it
and
a
Ultron.
Mind Stone? It was a Mind Stone, I think they had, but they didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Give me a second to. I'm going to acknowledge Zach from Pigtown Sports. How you doing? Outsider Jess. Yeah, this is new. We're just brainstorming. Kind of got the itch last night from that whole talking about the comic or the Spider-Man series, I guess you could call it. So we're gonna brainstorm and talk about some more stuff. And I've got Brett is in here with us. This is my oldest son. So.
And I know nothing about pop culture. Just if the room wasn't a dead giveaway.
You know, here's my feeling, Brett, about pop culture. It is such a broad umbrella.
Yeah, I hate that word. I don't typically use that word ever.
It doesn't even sound like it matches the subject to me.
I mean, I think it's purposely broad. It's like calling like I call myself a geek. What does that mean? You know, that's why geek omelet. You can have anything in an omelet. You can geek out about anything.
Right.
I think pop culture is a little narrower than that, but not much. And you know, I mean, when I think about talking about pop culture, because I'll be brutally honest with you, I have not kept up with my comic books.
Me neither.
I got into them late in life, or not late in life, but as a working adult, which is the worst time to get into them because you have ridiculous amounts of money to spend on them.
Look behind him.
You know, and
This is two shelves. There's
And
actually
this
a
is all
third
hardback
shelf.
comics.
Yeah. Well, no, I have some trade paperbacks too. I'm not that prissy.
Right. That prissy.
I honestly got excited. Like I've got a buddy of mine, my friend Aaron, who I went to high school with. He's the one that got me into. We had this great comic book shop. I grew up in a town called Arlington, Texas, smack dab between Dallas and Fort Worth.
Yep.
Home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, and the Texas Rangers. And
Now we're talking Zach's language.
okay, and it still may be there. I don't know. In fact, you know what? Let me look. There was a great comic book shop called Lone Star Comics and Science Fiction. Lone Star.
I got a question, Brett. Behind you on the wall is the Captain America shield. Is that the same one you got when you were 18?
No, I bought that at a like nerd convention thing in Melbourne. Like
Oh,
2 years ago.
okay. I was like,
It's dead, but it actually lights up and goes like and it makes all kinds of noise.
well, every now and then that picture surfaces of you holding one of them little That little mini
No,
one.
I do still have it. It's
in the
Kaylee's
apartment that's right across the street from where I'm at now. It's so
room.
weird.
No, I do still have it. It's in Kaylee's room. She took it.
Nice. How you doing, Kevin?
Hey,
I'm
Kevin.
doing pretty good. How's it going, everybody?
Kevin, this is my oldest son, Brett.
Hey, good to meet you, man.
Glad you're feeling better, Kevin.
Kevin's got like a voice that's like a warm glass of milk. I've watched some of your videos before, and that's like the feeling I get every single time I see.
He's
one.
very calming
Man,
and soothing.
I appreciate that a lot.
You
Actually,
need to go on Audible, dude.
Yeah. He needs to do like morning meditation recordings.
Yeah, yeah.
as you sip your cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You are the earth. The earth is you.
Be the
Calmness. Be the calm around you.
Beautiful.
All right.
Be at
So Lone
one
Star
with the
Comics
mist.
closed all their stores, sad to say.
Oh,
but they're
man.
online.
No.
They shifted to a place called mycomicshop.com, which I didn't know. Anyway, it was a great place. You know, they did gaming, they did comic books, they did all science fiction and fantasy books, you know, paperbacks back when people read books.
See, that's me. That's my problem. That's why I don't do comics, because I fall asleep when I'm reading. I'd rather
You would-
watch something.
No, I think you would actually enjoy the comics because they are very fun to read. I am not a reader. I am definitely not a reader of books, but these books have pictures, so it's a lot nicer.
So I've described it to people, like to adults, to give them a better idea of what that means. Is it is a frenetic experience rather than reading just words in a line. You get to like bounce your eyes around and look at cool things. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that might keep me awake. Brett sent me a really cool book. I don't even remember what volume or whatever it is, but
I can tell you which volume it is because I have all of them.
see, it's a hardback, thick, velvety covered. Yes,
It's a library edition of Hellboy.
Oh, wow.
The original
Yeah.
Mike Mignola run. So I have all of them, but they're massive. Like, look at this.
They are. I'll bring it. I'll
huge.
bring it in here for the next time. It's in the bedroom and she's sleeping, so I don't want to.
Those kind of anthologies, or I don't know, we call them trade. I forget. There's a term for them. The graphic where they
so
take
they
all
all
the
have-
graphic novels and hard bind them.
So they all have different names. Like a trade paperback would be just 6 single issues, and then they have like a deluxe edition, which would be, I don't know, 12 to 24, depending on the size of it. But like those are a library edition, which means they're taller than your average deluxe hardcover edition, and they have like special art in them in the back.
What got me into comic books was when I was in, I don't know, 3rd grade. I had to go in and have surgery on my throat. And my dad brought me a bunch of these giant, when I say giant, I mean giant, these oversized comic books, like Shazam first issue, Superman first issue, you know, and they were huge. I think I still have them in a box somewhere in storage. But that's kind of what got me into it. And then, but I never was like collecting. And then my buddy Aaron, my good friend Aaron, introduced me to Lone Star, and I started buying Spider-Man, and I bought them all, got them all. But when I got my gig, at Sony, I got a real job, and it was busy doing work stuff. I didn't have time for it, and I moved away from my favorite comic book shop, Lone Star, and I loved that place. So I'm not up to speed. I got all excited. I don't know about you guys when I figured with digital, like I'm a Kindle Unlimited guy. I like the idea of being able to books after book after book and stuff like that. And I was all excited about Marvel Unlimited or whatever the services are called. But I quickly got disappointed in those because they're big, huge holes in the collections.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to go back and start X-Men over, right? But the only way you can really do that I could find is there's people that post their own stuff. There's these clearly illegal sites where they've PDF'd everything, right? And they've got all the original issues. I'm like, it's like I wanted to be able to get those omnibuses.
I have some of those too. Yeah.
my
That's-
my
yeah.
elementary school library of all things, Texas. What can I say? Had so it was like somebody in the library system says, "Hey, we should have big giant hardback versions of the history of Spider-Man and all the comics and stuff like that."
So they had that in your school?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that wild?
That is
Hard-
wild.
it's hard enough to find an omnibus in a comic book shop. No one carries them. You got to find like online dealers to get those because I was collecting those for a while.
I think these things were not really meant for sale. I think they created these for libraries and stuff like that.
For show.
As a way to expose people. I don't know, but they were great. I never actually found them. I mean, I read. That's where I got introduced to Doonesbury. That's where I got introduced to. They had all the Charlie Brown stuff. They had all the Marvel. They had DC stuff, and the Far Side. No, not the Far Side. That was way before but Doonesbury. So those were my first exposures, and I got a little taste of it. And then my friend Aaron really got me into it later on. But I didn't continue up with it. Now they're completely different. I mean, they're art now. I mean, they were art then, but they've really gotten stunning.
Well,
Like
you've
all-
also you just talking about like comics in general. Like you've gone from 2 artists to now there's 7 to 10 that work on one page at a time.
Right.
Wow.
And comic art to me is some of my favorite art. Some of my favorite artists would be like Jim Lee. Then you have I can't even think of their names right now. I actually have a couple poster books from you know what? I got one right here. Give me 1 second.
I have none. I feel like the loser in the bunch right now. I have
know,
the one
I mean,
Hellboy.
He was talking about like Marvel Unlimited. Marvel Unlimited is actually really, really good now. I don't know when the last time you used
Is
it
it?
was, but I use that a lot.
It's
Yeah,
been a
I
while.
use it all the time. Yeah, George Perez was good.
George
was awesome.
Perez, and you get all of these posters
That's
from him, and it's
And that's
just
a book?
yeah,
okay.
it's all
It's a
posters.
poster book. Yeah,
It's a
those are
poster
cool.
book.
Oh, wow.
I just love I love comic book art.
Now, are those like covers?
Yes.
Each?
Yeah, those are. It looks like those
Yeah.
are all covers.
Yeah.
George Perez is awesome though because you can. I don't know if that is in chronological order, but George Perez, you can look at his art from the beginning of his career and like watch what he learned and progressed in his style like throughout the years because he was drawing right up until he passed away.
Yeah. And just some of his art. Clay Mann is another one that I really appreciate.
Really good.
I'm trying to think right now. It's been a minute since I've actually been in the comic world.
Yeah.
But I just love comic art. When I first got in, I was late to the game coming into comics. I started in about 2015. First time ever in a comic book store. I walked in because I was looking to get. I'm a huge Back to the Future guy, and they came out with a Back to the Future comic series in 2015 because of that's the year that they went to the future, 2015, and
that's
I
cool.
started
Yeah.
collecting Back to the Future comics, and that was right around the time when DC Rebirth was starting, and I got into just about every single book, and I was loving the story of DC Rebirth, and that's kind of what got me even more into comics. I mean, I knew I was a Superman fan before that. I was a TV comic guy before then, but like getting into actual comics and the actual world of comics is where I kind of started in 2015, and it's a fantastic world.
That's
It's a
your
great place to
other.
start. Rebirth was really good. I really like the Batman and the Detective Comics run from Rebirth.
I like those. I like the Superman run. And the Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman parts of it were good. There were some that were kind of like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. I mean, that always happens. One of those that was really good too is like I feel like every time they do one of their reboots, Batman is always good. I don't think I've ever been dissatisfied with a version of Batman with their reboots because New 52 Batman was really, really good. The Rebirth was really, really good. The Dawn of DC, that was one of the recent initiatives that they had. That's really good. But like, it's always pick and choose for the rest of the titles.
Yeah.
There's always something amazing going on. I mean, when I first really got into, I need to be careful here when I say I really got in, because I never really got into it. But when I started spending money on it, it's not that I didn't like it. It's just I don't want to set myself as I'm some kind of comic book expert, because I'm not.
Neither am I. I'm
about
cringeworthy.
But things like Eastman and Laird had launched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. I've got I don't know, the first 5 issues of those, bordered and bagged. Another big series that I don't know if I'm doing this chronologically, but it's relevant now because we're doing Doomsday and Secret Wars in the movies, and Superhero Secret Wars. I've got that whole series. Boom, boom, boom.
The original one or the 2015?
The original one.
Yeah.
Now,
I've never
who
even
is
read
that?
What?
Who's in that Secret Wars?
Everyone.
Who was it?
Literally. Yeah. Yeah.
What Marvel character wasn't? This is where they
So it's all Marvel. All right.
It's a mash. So the original Secret Wars, I've never read it firsthand, but the original story behind Secret Wars, the comic book arc, was to sell toys. So that's why they threw every single character that they had the rights to in that story.
Then DC had their own version of it, and theirs was about culling their characters. They figured they could kill off some of the less popular characters because it's a comic book. If you want to bring them back a year or two down the line, which they did,
Death of
you
Superman.
bring them back.
Unless you're Uncle Ben, and Uncle Ben stays dead forever.
Well, yeah.
And
didn't they make that?
That
I forget what they called it. It was like in the Across the Spider-Verse movies. It's an unbreakable event.
Yes, he has to die. Yeah.
He
has to die.
Final
Uncle Ben.
Destination. Is it
Poor
Final?
Uncle Ben,
What
he
it
has
is?
to die.
Final Destiny, whatever the heck that movie was.
Yeah, Outsider Jess, what did they call that though? What is that? It's like a turning point, but there was a term for that in the movies, and I'm sure it's in the comic books too. It's like a pivotal. No matter what universe you're in, Uncle Ben or the Uncle Ben, a canon event.
That's what Jess said. Yeah, it's a canon
Uncle
event.
Ben or the equivalent of Uncle Ben. If there isn't one in your universe, then there's an equivalent. Will die.
Right.
Has to
Martha,
happen. If it doesn't,
Martha and John. Oh, Batman's family.
Jonathan. Yeah.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
Thomas.
Every storyline.
Thomas. You're right.
Thomas Wayne.
Martha Wayne.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's right. Okay, that's right. You're right. I'm sorry. Jonathan Kent is Duffy. Yeah.
That's Pa Kent.
Right. So
Jess said DC calls that a fixed point.
Yeah. Yeah. So they made that a plot point in the Cross the Spider-Verse movies. That if you screw that up, if you change it, it's like
It unravels your
universe-ending
entire universe.
Right.
Cataclysm,
Everything comes undone.
What a responsibility for a 60-year-old man. Like, if you don't die, it destroys your whole universe.
Right.
So
I mean, I'd die.
But I don't necessarily want to do a comic book podcast. I mean, there are more informed people, but it's pop culture. It's part of it. I mean,
I don't want to exclude it to one thing because I like talking about
no,
movies.
I don't either. I just
So,
don't
I'm learning from you guys right now about the comic stuff because I know nothing about comics. Just that a lot of the stuff that I like as movies and shows were comics. That's about all I know.
I like all the different types of it. Like, there is, like, you'll find in the comic book world that there are a lot of, like, what's the word? Elitist / purist gatekeeping personalities that were like, well, if you didn't read this, then you can't even, it's like,
I'm
I
not
like
down
different
with that.
interpretations,
Yeah,
so like
exactly.
sometimes the movies do it better. I mean, no, sometimes the TV shows do it better. It's okay.
Yeah.
I like all the interpretations. So I think doing that is a good idea. I think being able to talk about all of the things is probably a good idea.
It's funny you say
I
that
think-
because I was just talking with CJ yesterday about some of this stuff because she's like big into Spider-Man, and I don't remember if we were talking about Spider-Man specifically, but she said the same thing. She said sometimes you read a book and the movie's not as good, or you see a movie and then you read the book and the book is not as good. It just it goes back and forth.
Well, let's face it. Arrow kind of revitalized the Green Arrow in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he had one good storyline in the late 80s, early 90s until that show came out.
Because he's really not a good character in the books. He's not. No one really cares to read his books.
No, I mean, until that TV show came out, the Green Arrow character was a what do they call it? Like a bootlicker, I guess. Like he's
Right.
that type of character. You know, he's a shield
Yeah.
for the
He's
law
a
and the
wannabe
rules.
Bruce Wayne, basically. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just another variation of Batman. You know, rich.
So was he?
Not just with
Not
arrows.
until,
rich?
not until that TV show came out, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the original version, he was more like a corny cop. Like that was kind of how they wrote his character for the most part. He had one, I don't remember the name of the story, but it's him and Hal Jordan's Green Lantern, and they go on a road trip across America. And that's like one of the best Green Arrow stories I've ever read. Yeah. And so that was like the one good storyline that I've seen prior to that show coming out. The show came out, lots of popularity, and now he's had quite a few good storylines ever since because they put more money into it, hiring better writers, better artists for his runs on the comics.
Yes, that's a fair point. That the TV show. Well, I mean, I think they borrowed. They're like, we need to do something like Batman because Batman's really popular, but we can't do Batman.
I think it's actually documented that they wanted to make a Batman show and they couldn't, so they used
Right.
what they could and made a
Right.
Batman show with Green
And that's
Arrow.
what they did with Green Arrow.
But
Yeah,
it
yeah.
helped the Green Arrow in the comics. So I mean that's what we're saying, that sometimes the TV show, because they're limited in what they can do, can make it better.
Yeah.
I wish
It gave him some depth outside of his original portrayal.
I wish the studios, the creatives that are doing the movies would, and the reverse in the comic books would just look at, like, I feel like Marvel, I know it's not the case, but it feels this way based on the decisions they make, that they feel like they just can't do an adaptation of a comic book, right? They'll take like the really bare bones of it, but then they gotta, like, we need to originalize it. I'm like, most people that are watching the movies haven't read the comic books. And even if they did, you talk about limitations. I mean, you've only got so many panels in a book. I think that's
Yeah.
the thing that shocks most people that I try, that I've, over the years, that I've maybe convinced to go get into comic books, is the stories are not incredibly deep. They get deep when you have issue after issue after issue, and it's like your brain fills it in. You make connectivity, you have conversations with people who kind of fill things in that happen in other series, and it's like it gets deep with the breadth of the work. But a comic book is kind of bare bones when you think about, how, because they can only show so much, do so much. They really got to keep it moving.
Right.
And, that's often a complaint you hear from people I know that are like script writers. It's like, well, you can't, when you're converting a book, you can only do so much of the story. It's like, yes, that's true. But in a lot of ways, television shows and movies, you can go so much deeper than they could go in the comic book, right? There's plenty of room to get original and still keep the core of the story. And a lot of people never read those stories. They never saw them. And then people who did, it's like we were saying last night, I want to see a Miles Morales movie,
Yeah, so do I.
That would be nice.
an
That would be
actual
great.
movie. I mean,
I think we'll probably get him out of the Secret Wars because that's how he ended up joining the 616, was through the
do
2015
you now?
sequel.
Do you think that Sony made a special deal with Marvel for Miles Morales?
I think they will. I don't see why they wouldn't. I think they're smart enough at this point to realize that they make more money when they are partners than when they try to do it solo.
They made the money. They made the deal with X-Men and Deadpool. They made the deal with X-Men.
If I had
and
the
Deadpool.
money to bet you, but I don't, so I can't. You'd think that if I had a nickel for every time I said about my former company, that's just so obvious. Somebody's got to know that's the case. Somebody
And it never
and
came to fruition.
Well,
To this day,
you're probably
I
right
look at
because
what
I
they're doing,
think
it's
from
like,
what I've
no.
read, it's a prideful company. I know that like people like Avi Arad from
Japanese
things that
culture.
I've read, they just he himself is very like, well, this needs to have my name on it, and it needs to be the best thing ever when my name is attached to it. So I could see that. Avi Arad, one of their producers.
Oh, Avi Arad.
He-
Yes.
Yeah. So that would
I'm sorry,
make
I just
sense.
wasn't sure which one you were talking about because that applies to a lot of people. There's cultural pride because it is I'm not casting any aspersions. It's a Japanese company, and there's a lot of cultural pride in Japanese society, as there should be, and that spills over into there's successful, legacy companies like Sony. I mean, they have a lot to be proud of. I was, Lord knows, for the 20 years I was there, and I haven't been there for going on 12 years now, and I'm still incredibly proud of the company and the people that I know that are still there, and I'm proud of what they're able to do. But I'm also, freed from the shackles of having to worry about being a critic. I don't work there anymore, and you know what? I'm never going to work there again because they don't hire older people unless you're at the super executive level.
Break those
this is
kryptonite
America.
chains.
So plus I'm tainted because I worked there 20 years. And
Right,
so,
right.
However, that aside, I have nothing to contribute. So I don't have to worry about, constructive criticism, not unconstructive, but constructive criticism. But yes, pride, what they're it's, I think that's one of their biggest sins is,
Well, I would imagine
unmitigated
Sony
pride.
and other companies as well.
Yes, but we're talking about Sony here.
Yeah.
They make so many. Okay, get it. But these are the kind of things I'd like to talk about. Like, I would like to understand. I think that Amy Pascal, she deserves a ton of credit, right, for what she's managed to bring to Sony Pictures. But let's be clear, she's no longer president of Sony Pictures because of very bad, publicly revealed behaviors. Yet, she managed to walk away with all the production rights. Let's just take Spider-Man. How did that happen? Who let that happen? Why did they let that happen?
I've looked into that a lot. That had a lot to do with the comic book bust that happened in like the mid to late 90s. Marvel ended up they were going to go under. Like, they were getting ready to file bankruptcy and they needed to recoup some of that money, so they ended up selling the film rights to Sony for one of their two major
How did she walk
characters.
away from being fired with the exclusive production rights of all of those Marvel properties?
It must have
That's
been
Pascal
something she
Pictures has that.
already had. She must have already had that as like, hey, if I ever get fired, this is coming with me.
And how do you do that? You're the head
put
of a
that in place
studio,
first.
so how do you get to form your own company? Because I got to tell you, Sony owns the rights to every thought, idea, whim, dream that I had about a good idea. They own it.
Oh.
How? I don't get it.
How did
I was
she do
there.
It's
I was
called
there.
blackmail.
I don't
It's
get
called
it.
blackmail. She has something.
Maybe
Somewhere.
she knows where all the bodies are buried. Maybe. And honestly, yes, I know. I've heard all the talk, and it's true. They make a ton of money every time. All the awful Marvel movies, Sony Marvel movies, all the Venom movies, the Madam Web, Morbius, Craven. They still are net profitable when it comes to Marvel.
Because there's people like me that I loved the Venom movies, and I've heard everybody bashing them, so I love them.
But if you took away the Spider-Man money, if you took away the crossover, Peter Parker in the MCU money, right? If you took that away, everything else is a loss, right? It's only when you add, the Kevin Feige stuff, right? I'm not saying Kevin did it all. He didn't. But just, we're talking about, Amy Pascal, Kevin Feige.
People in
You
charge.
take Kevin's creative out of it, or the stuff that he's responsible for, not 100%, but he's the head of the studio. It's a loss. Yet Pascal Pictures still owns the exclusive rights. How can you fail that far upwards? I don't get it. I don't get it.
It must have been written in her contract somewhere. It had
Well,
to
she was
have
the
been.
president of the studio. Did she get to write her own contract?
You'd be surprised.
something
Honestly,
happened.
you'd be
There's a board.
surprised.
Something
Yeah.
happened because it worked.
Yeah, I don't,
she
I
got
don't
it. She
claim
did
to
it.
have. I don't have these answers, but I'd
No.
love. I know there are people who do. You know,
Right.
You can go through the leaked Sony emails. There's whole. I've done it before, just to start, but it's so dense. I even tried searching. You know, like Amy. There's got to be, because they
Who did she
stupidly
kill?
communicated via email.
Allegedly.
Why aren't you taking those emails and running them through your AI, and then telling
you
it
know
what you need
That's
to look
probably
for?
a good idea right now.
Give it the backstory first. Tell it everything, and then start feeding those in and ask for certain
Yeah.
specific. Look for it'll find it. You watch.
Anyway, but when I and again, I'm not saying this is what it has to be about. It's just, but I like that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But oddly enough, I don't like all the abuse that Kathleen Kennedy gets over at Lucasfilm. I don't. She deserves criticism, but unlike the Sony Marvel movies, her movies are net profitable. So I get why she's still there. And I don't think it really has, all joking aside, I don't think it has anything to do with, knowing where the bodies are buried. I think at the end of the day, Disney looks at her body of work that she's responsible for and says, she made us a ton of money. Were all the fans happy? No. But she made us
They
a
don't
ton
care
of
about
money.
it.
She
It's
still
made
all,
made
enough
us
of
a
them.
ton
It's
money.
definitely all about the bottom dollar.
Yeah, I know. They don't
So-
care about who's happy and who's not. They just did we go green or
Right.
did we go red? That's
So, and that has nothing to do with a partnership. That has nothing to do with licensing deals. That has nothing to do with. I hear other YouTubers talk about, they start lumping together marketing and merchandising deals. That's my bailiwick. That's for a big chunk of my career. I did merchandising and marketing, right? And they're very lucrative. But when you've got to look at the performance of a piece of entertainment and say, we're going to judge its profitability or its success based upon, the Burger King deals that they did, you're reaching. You're just reaching. And yes, it adds to the bottom line, but that's not part of the discussion. And nobody reasonable is saying, give them credit for the Happy Meals.
the Taco Bell thing. Yeah.
that's what I see
mean,
a lot of that on like the I don't know what to call it now. We're talking about what we can find for a term, but pop culture like YouTube channels. They always take the budget of the film and they say, well, if you double it, that should account for marketing and promotions and merchandising, and
That's
then
not
we'll know if a
true,
movie
though.
is
Yeah, I hear that all
right,
the time.
right. Well, just double it. That'll get you to a roundabout number to cover the marketing costs on top of the production budget.
Yeah. I mean, everything, but I guess that's just somebody trying to put some type of, wrapper that makes sense of, to easily say, if it's going to be successful. I get why they do that, but that ain't it. And when you start to account Hollywood math into the mix, I mean, how do you know? There's no way to know. The only people who know are the studios. That's it.
Yeah,
The accountants.
Do they really know
a lot
that?
of well, honestly, per project, probably not. Someone knows, but the heads probably don't. They get a one-slide report card from their VP of marketing of digital once a month, and it says, "Hey, we did this during the campaign launch," but they don't really know per project because their budgets aren't built per movie; they're built per division, and then those are dispersed among whatever needs to be marketed. I know because I've done some of that. So,
I mean, there's my thing when I was at Sony Electronics. My big chunk of what I did wasn't exclusive, but a big chunk of what I did was product development and marketing. I brought, I would work from concept to end of life on products, right? And usually new product categories. So I love new products, right? Even if they were crazy wild. I mean, I jokingly say to people that, most of the products that I was a product manager for were products that nobody else wanted. And people would say, give it to Phil Boyle, where
Phil,
crazy
take it.
products go to die. because I had some of the worst products. But I loved it because when it's a new category, you get that that tax-free money, because Tokyo can write off like the first year of activities. It doesn't count for me. I loved it. You get all this money that you don't have to be accountable for losing.
It's the freedom to experiment. You get to do something crazy with your ideas where you wouldn't normally get to do it.
That too. Yeah, there's just because people don't know what to do. So it's like, you got a crazy idea? Okay. I loved that. I absolutely loved that. And it's something you can't do in a core category. I could never have done the stuff that I did being responsible for Walkman or or Trinitron or any core established product category.
PlayStation.
Something they were never in before? Milo? Oh yeah. Milo was great. Qualia? Oh yeah. Qualia was fantastic. It was incredibly exciting.
I've never heard of any of those.
Yeah. Oh. But that's another podcast. That's not a pop culture podcast I want to do.
No.
But yeah, so talking about when it comes to this kind of stuff, the crazy behind the scenes stuff that goes on, that I'd like to talk about. I'd like to have discussions about what actually happens at a studio when it launches as best as you can, or even speculating about it. I love that kind of stuff.
Kevin, what is your because I know you go to Comic-Cons and then that's comics, right?
No, not all comics.
That's everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got comics, you got vendors, you got movie and TV guests. It
I was just curious,
a lot of everything.
what is your biggest thing in this realm? Like, what is your favorite part of it? Is it like do you have a higher quantity of one particular comic line, or is there, what is your favorite part about it?
When I go to a Comic-Con, I'm not even looking at comics, if I'm being completely honest.
Looking at cosplayers.
Yeah.
You're not lying there. But no, I'm looking at for me, I'm a collector. I collect things, and it started with baseball cards back when I was in the 90s. I used to collect baseball cards, and ever since then, I've just collected things, and for a long time it was autographs. It still is autographs. Back to the Future autographs. I've gotten a lot of autographs at cons where these celebrities will come in and sign autographs for you, and I would spend most of my days in the autograph lines and stuff like that, because that's what I enjoy. You get to meet some of the people that you see on screen, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Limited as it was, interactions with people.
Yeah, Outsider Jess, I want to go to one too. I've never gone to one, but it would just be cool just to see some neat stuff. Maybe find something that I want to start collecting. I don't know.
They have
Go to some
cons.
local ones first.
Yeah.
Go to local
So do you
ones
go to
first,
local
just
cons? Anybody on the panel go to local cons?
Yeah.
Recent ones?
Oh yeah.
And because it's been the last one that I went to, I got to go to Comic-Con, I don't know, 3 different times. That my favorite memories of comic book shows, I used to go to science fiction conventions is what I went to. Which is just another way of saying comic book shows. But when I went to one in 1972, my first one. My dad took me to a Star
they've
Trek
changed
convention.
a lot since then.
Oh God, I know, because I didn't pay for an autograph from.
Now you will. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, for every single one of them. I paid to get in, or my dad paid to get me in. It's one of my best memories. My dad hated science fiction. He did not understand any of it, and why I liked it so much. But he was a good dad. He supported me.
You're surrounded by people who are into the same type of things that you are, so you could bump into somebody and have a conversation with just about anybody at a con, because
See, that's what I like.
yeah, they are there because they enjoy all of it. And a con, like you said, there's anime. I may not know anything about anime, but I could bump into somebody and have a full conversation with somebody about it, because
About anime.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they would be doing most of the talking,
Yeah.
but they would
Like
because
Phil and Brett.
yeah. But it's one of those things to where you're just surrounded by like-minded individuals, and everything's cool. Going through, checking out all the vendors, some of the handmade stuff is really cool. With one of ones,
I
all
love
stuff.
that.
Artwork, you get all these artists that are there that may not be like big name artists, but doing their own art, fan art. I'm a big fan art guy. I love that stuff. To me, fan art can be better than someone who was someone who actually had stuff published in a comic book or something like that, because it's more. There's something else to it. It's hard to describe. It's a little bit more spice to it, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I like that type of stuff.
One of the best there, like I said, Arlington. There used to be a regular series of conventions. There was I think it was a Quality Inn that was attached to a putt-putt, and they had a little tiny convention center or little tiny meeting center. I don't know what you call it. Not really a convention center. And they would have comic book shows, science fiction shows. And I remember over the course of going there, I got to sit in a room, a meeting room with George Takei and Nichelle Nichols.
Ooh.
And have them tell Star Trek stories. And when the hour was up, oh, very cool. When the hour was up, George was like, who's hungry? Let's go get some lunch and continue this conversation. And we're like, yeah. And
right.
We went and went and had, God knows, burgers or tacos or whatever, sitting at a table with George Takei. Nichelle didn't come. It was an incredibly enjoyable, very odd fellow with an infectious, that laugh of his. Oh God, yeah, incredible. Or being in a room, I'm pretty sure it was Piers Anthony was there. I think it was Piers Anthony talking about his Xanth series. And, he talked about where it was at the time, but it very quickly devolved into, this is a different show, into a discussion of L. Ron Hubbard and talking about, having conversations. I think it was Piers Anthony. Having conversations with him about, when he first started getting the idea around Dianetics and stuff like that. And
what was the big book that he wrote?
Dianetics.
Sorry. The L. Ron Hubbard?
Dianetics, yeah.
Okay.
And because he had said to his colleagues and his friends, he was like, I think jokingly, I'm going to start a religion. It's a well-known fact, but he did. He started a religion. I'm not agreeing with it or not. I'm just saying it was interesting to have a conversation about something that was highly topical and relatively new then. And here's this person that worked with him in the pit, cranking out, telling stories about how much stuff, that guy could crank out, the stories he could crank, because he got paid by the word,
Good
Lord. Crank
Yeah.
out some stories too, then, if that's the case.
Hell
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Heavily
think of
incensed.
something.
That's another thing I like about the cons is going and sitting in some of these panels, hearing some of the behind the scenes stories.
Is that what
and
it's
things
like
that.
still? Can you still
Yeah.
do that though?
It's not more one-on-one. It's more of a moderator talking to the person, but you do get to go in and ask a question. A question, whether it be any question, they'll usually answer if they can.
Yeah, they've adopted the corporate style, the fireside chat for all that stuff now.
Yeah.
Is there a way to keep it
everybody gets
managed?
paid now.
Yeah.
Was that?
I said,
Everybody
is it a
gets
way to
paid
keep
now.
it managed?
Yeah,
I think
because
that's part of it, yeah.
because a lot of these bigger cons, they're just so big. It's hard to actually have a one-on-one conversation with somebody because you're leaving so many people out at that point. So it's more like you said, the fireside chat, to where it's encompassing everybody, and you still get to line up and ask a question if you want, but it's still like that, but it's not the intimate interaction.
Yeah, these were small rooms. You had maybe, if you were lucky, 30 people attending the talk.
Now, maybe at some of the smaller cons, you may be able to do something like that, to where the the conversation room's not as big. There's not as many people going to the to the conversations. You may get a little bit of that, and I've seen some of that. I've actually volunteered at some of these Comic Cons, the smaller ones, and I've been in the room, and yeah, they do have a little bit more one-on-one interaction, but it's not much. It's still more of the fireside chat, but you get more interaction. It feels more personable in a smaller environment. Of course, you're not getting the big name people. You're getting like someone who maybe the guy who was in a suit for Predator, or Pinky and the Brain voice actors and stuff like that.
But that's okay.
The third Blue Power Ranger.
Yeah.
You know what? It was not Piers Anthony, although it was Jerry. I think it was Jerry Purnell. 'Cause it was Footfall. That's what it was. So.
Okay.
However, so I think of comic book conventions, and have you guys all seen Chasing Amy, the
No.
Kevin Smith movie?
I haven't seen that one.
No.
Yeah, not recently though.
So, but multiple parts of that movie take place at conventions, right? Comic book conventions. And honestly, the way that he portrays it is how I remember it. I don't think it's like that anymore.
No, it is a very.
It's an expo. It's like if you've ever gone to a corporate expo, like that's what they are now.
That's exactly. You know what? That's a good way to put it, because you do have your sections. You have your autograph section way over here. You have your your artists over here. You have all your other vendors over here, and you have like a gaming area over here.
Yeah, demonstrations, like the new products that are coming out from their product lines, things like that. Like
yeah, they do that too as well.
Yeah, it's a marketing expo now, just like every other company that puts one of those together.
It's a market. That's when I went to Comic Con, it was to work, and it was exactly that. It was how are we going to make a connection to our products and expose them to the people there at the booth that weren't there for electronics.
Exactly.
Right.
Which is, I mean, really, that's kind of the goal of some of these vendors and stuff, to get their stuff out there, because you're not going to see it unless you're at something like this.
Yeah.
I got to imagine that with the advent of 3D printing over the last 10 years now, I guess, since it's gone mainstream. I mean, I remember I had those when I was a kid. I had those not 3.5 inch, but like the 6-inch high Star Trek action figures with all the bendable wrists.
The G.I.
wrists
Joes
and
had 'em,
elbows
yep.
and knees, and I imagine now you could just print your own. It's like,
Probably, or you can
Not
probably
that
print something
far
really
off.
much cooler now. Probably.
Yeah.
probably.
If anything,
'cause
actually,
they were all
a
the same
display
bodies.
for
It
'em.
was like it didn't matter what they looked like in real
Yeah.
life. They were all they all had big chests. And it was like, no, Spock's skinny. No, he's not there.
You're right, though. They did make every character like a Ken doll,
Just in different colored shirts.
Yeah, different colored plastic, different colored shirts. Put blonde
See,
hair on this one.
The mistake that I made was I had all those. My parents really, for grown up poor, they managed to. I never felt like I wanted for anything, and that included some really cool Star Trek toys. I was into Star Trek. I got into Star Trek in rerun in '71, I think, and I was into it so bad that I used to play Star Trek at recess in first grade, second grade. And the teachers thought that there was something wrong with me and my two
Bring
friends.
me up, Scotty. It is.
Because we would stop,
Recess
we would
is over.
pose, bring me up, and they didn't know what was going on. So they called my parents. They were like, "We think there's something wrong with your son."
He's talking to someone on a make-believe walkie-talkie. We don't...
He keeps saying mission log over and over before he talks.
Yeah.
Set phaser to stun on the little girl on the swing set.
No, it's just
keeps
me and my
clicking
two
a
other
lot. I'm not
geek
sure what
friends
that
who were
is.
into Star Trek. So.
Now, which Star Trek? The original, Next Generation?
Oh, the original. Well, I mean, I was into them all. I'll be honest with you. I cannot. I be careful when I say this. I don't like the Kurtzman Star Trek. Discovery,
Okay.
Strange New Worlds. Strange New Worlds is the closest thing to something I could kind of sort of watch, but I can't. I can't.
I kind of got for a little while into Next Generation.
Yes.
Because when I was working at night as a young teenager, I would finish my job because I was working at a fast food restaurant after closing, come home. I needed something to watch to wind down because we didn't have, computers and stuff like that back then. We had to actually watch TV or read a book or something. And
Right.
I would come home and put on the TV just to wind down, watch something. And it was the only thing on because, again, we didn't have 400 channels. We had like 5 channels. It was
And
Next
you had to
Generation.
get up and turn the thing.
Yeah, Next Generation was on. It was really the only thing worth watching on, other than infomercials, and I kind of got into it. The storyline between Picard and Q, and all of those, it was really kind of cool.
So I've only ever seen the movies, like the J.J. Abrams movies. What is the TV show where like Professor X is a farmer? I know that's not his name, but I can't remember his name. the
Well,
actor's
that's
name.
Next Generation.
Yeah.
Jean-Luc Picard.
There you go, Picard. Okay, yes.
Picard. He's a
Picard.
farmer?
Picard.
Yeah, and
in
there
an
was like a
episode.
reboot TV show or something, like a new show. He was like an old guy.
Well,
It was called
Obviously.
Picard.
Okay, well that was Picard.
Okay.
But there
Yeah,
was an episode. There was a couple episodes in TNG because his character was French, even though he has a British accent. His
Continuity doesn't
character
matter.
is French, and his family. There's a family-owned vineyard that he left to join Starfleet and go out and explore and stuff, to the dismay of his family and his older brother and his schism, and so they kind of covered that late in the Next Generation, and they added to it, and then when they relaunched and they did Picard, which season 1, season 2, it was like, in my mind, I looked at that and it felt to me like I was watching an alternate universe of Picard, right? Because that
Did
was
he
not the
retire?
Jean-Luc
Was
Picard.
that the premise?
No,
Oh,
it wasn't.
really?
It was supposed to
No.
literally be this is what Jean-Luc Picard is like at 80 now. This character that they spent all these years in movies establishing. And if that's what he turned into after his storied career, I just didn't want to see it. It was sad. And I
didn't wanna
honestly
see it.
think that the first 2 seasons, the writing was lazy. They disregarded. That's one of my biggest complaints about Kurtzman and Abrams Star Trek is that they just toss aside established canon for no good reason. If they had a good reason, I'd be okay with it.
They
But
probably
just
do that for the same reason that
ignore it.
comic book writers do. Is it's heavy, it's weighted, it's restricting, so they don't want to.
Well, then create a different universe.
Yeah, exactly.
And-
Yeah.
It's like when I will freely admit that when J.J. Abrams' Star Trek came out, I enjoyed it. One, I was coming off of it was almost 10 years without anything Star Trek new on television or movies. So
I thought the movies were good. I enjoyed them. I've never seen Star Trek though, so I don't. Totally different viewpoint.
I saw it. It was different. It felt to me like, wow, this is what would happen if Star Trek was an action movie. And that's okay. I like action movies, right? I dig Star Wars movies. They're action science fiction. I love it. And I thought that the actors' interpretations of the characters were solid. But I remember distinctly having a conversation with some friends of mine going, well, what do you think they'll do next? And somebody said, they're going to do Khan. And I was like, no. Why would they? One, if you're going to remake something, it has to be at least as good, and it really needs to be better, right? And why would they go after something like Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, which is by many fans considered to be the best Star Trek story they've told, right? Not everyone, but it's got its criticism, but it really took the series. It breathed new life into Star Trek, because after the motion picture, I'm sorry, geeks and fans loved motion picture mainly, right? But it was a very small percentage. They're lucky they got a second movie. They really are lucky. And so Nicholas Meyer and Star Trek The Wrath of Khan just breathed a whole new generation into the series, into it, and brought the fans along. So I was like, they're not going to do this. They're stupid to do this. Pick something else. They've got a whole new universe. Write about whatever you want. And what did they do?
Did they? I don't remember. What was it about? Was it did
Into
they do
Darkness was their redoing of Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
it? Oh, so they did do it.
With
Okay.
Benedict Cumberbatch played Khan.
That's right.
What do people call him when because they can't say the name? And there's like there was something
call him-
floating around.
I call him cucumber melon.
Cucumber melon.
Stupid.
I've heard Benedict Cumberbun. I've heard,
Cougar snatch.
Or I've heard his Benedict name is cumbersome. Like I've heard
Yeah,
that before.
cumbersome.
That's probably the best name that fits.
His
yeah.
Benedict name is cumbersome.
he's got a funny name for his fans. I can't remember what it's called. Cumberbatchers or I can't remember.
That's what I was saying. Like there was something that was floating around.
Not that he did a bad job. It's just the movie was
It wasn't
not
as good.
better than the movie it was based on.
So
And
he was in
I
Star
think
Trek.
What's that?
Yeah, in makeup.
Into Darkness.
Oh, like a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think they pissed off so many people at that point that because Star Trek Beyond was, I thought, a good movie. I don't know why it didn't do better.
I liked
but
them all. I thought they were all really good.
Yeah.
I really like the guy that they brought from the Heroes TV show to play Spock. I like him.
Oh yeah, no, the casting I think was
yeah.
inspired. I think it was inspired. I don't blame any. I think all the actors managed to capture enough of the original actor's portrayal. There was enough of it there that you felt it. You made a connection if you were an old fan, right? I mean, the actor who plays Bones, oh my God, he did an amazing job. Chris Pine did a great job as Kirk. They all did a really good job. That's not what it was. It was. I don't have a problem with the light flares and the action and that's okay. It's okay. It was
The
just
light
the lazy
flares.
story writing.
It's a weird
just
thing that
lazy.
nerds complain about on the internet.
Really?
What's that?
Yeah.
Lens
It's one
flares.
of- I said one of those weird things that nerds
What like
complain about on the
talking
internet.
about like the anamorphic stuff?
No, J.J. Abrams uses a lot of lens flares, and I didn't even
Yeah.
think he overdid it with shaky cam. I think he managed to contain himself enough. It's like I can't watch the last two Bourne movies. I love the Bourne movies.
I was gonna say you mean the Jason Bourne technique. I was literally
I can't watch. I can't watch those because the camera moves so much it makes me nauseous.
Yeah, it's like a first-person shooter.
Yeah, and are we missing comments here? Let's see. Oh, Paco's here.
Oh, Paco's probably not here anymore, or maybe he is. A half hour ago, Outsider Jess was talking about Spider-Man.
She mentioned Death Note. I've actually never watched the
she said
anime,
the-
but I like the Netflix movie. I know the people who like the anime don't like the Netflix movie, but I like the Netflix movie.
See, that's how I am though. There's the true fans that will see, like like we were talking earlier. You read a book and then the movie comes out and you're like, the movie sucks. The book was better.
I kind of think that they do things like that to get people into it. Like, yeah, you may like the movie. Well, if you like the movie and you've never known the TV series, maybe this
Go
will
read
get
the
you
book.
into
Yeah.
This will get you into the TV series.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, the best thing they did for the Death Note Netflix show was they hired, what's his name, Willem Dafoe to be the demon, because he literally just plays the version of the Green Goblin that is talking to him through the mask in Spider-Man the entire show, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Hatch.
Jess, Hatchet Assassin, how you doing? Jess
Know
said
your Joe's
she
here.
doesn't like the Benedict's Sherlock Holmes. I did. I know I saw it, but I don't
The
remember.
TV show? I don't think I ever saw
I
that.
thought it was a movie.
Sherlock. I was
When he
not
did
a.
Sherlock Holmes.
No, the movie
I was
was
never a Sherlock Holmes fan, so it's like
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, I
Yeah,
like the
Robert
Robert
Downey
Downey Jr.'s
those were
Sherlock
really
Holmes.
good.
Those were good.
Those are really good. His fake British accent is awesome.
so. let me because I don't want to I don't want to make this all about Star Trek, but I do want to ask. It's like, does anybody understand the? So earlier I mentioned it seems like Marvel does not like to make versions of the really good comic books that are out there. They'll tease it. They'll do a very mild framework, and then they change it so much you don't recognize it. I think that's what they're going to do with Doomsday. I think that's what they're going to do with Secret Wars.
Oh, they just the casting of Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom they've already done that. It's already ruined. I don't want to say ruined. That's a horrible choice of words, but it's like it's already not what it was originally meant to be.
Tainted.
I mean, DC does the same thing. DC will do like a version of Red Sun, and it's always a horrible version of Red Sun, which if they would make an actual Red Sun movie, I think it'd be great. Live action movie.
I think we'll get a lot better interpretations with James Gunn at the helm of the ship.
Yeah.
I hope so. I think that he's trying to do that. I'm hoping that I'm not a huge giant fan of the new Superman movie. I enjoyed it, right? And probably because I'm such a big science fiction and fantasy fan, I'm probably the worst person to try and please. But if I'm to be brutally honest, I won't be watching Superman 2025 over and over again. I just won't.
Really?
I've seen it like
I've watched
five
it twice already.
But
Yeah.
I've seen it like five times.
I've watched Man of Steel. There's a lot I don't like about that, but I've watched Man of Steel at least a dozen times.
I think
since it came
the
out.
new Superman movie is better than Man of Steel, but that's mainly because I think there was a lot of smart choices made. I don't think you need to go into Superman's origin story has been done over and over
Everyone
again.
knows it. That's one of those that everyone knows.
Yeah, so I'm glad that they dropped him into a universe where everything
I'm
is
fine with that.
basically already established.
Already established. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the fact that this Superman goes out of his way to save everybody and everything, right down to squirrels. He's not trying to
He did save a
destroy
squirrel.
an entire city in a
How
fight.
many times did they have
Yeah.
to make that point, Kevin? How many times did they have to make that point?
They
did
made
make
it.
it like
You're not,
4 or 5
You're not
times.
wrong, Phil.
This is true. This is true.
I mean,
They
I
could
got
have
it
done
the
with
first
one
time.
less. He could have done
got
without
it the
saving the
first time.
squirrel. He could have done without saving the squirrel. I'll give you that. But I
They
do
could have
like
just did it with
The
saving the
squirrel,
little girl and then
the
and then
dog.
leaving it
Yeah, yeah.
And let's face it, the little girl, that was just an amazing scene. That was like
Oh,
ripped
yes.
right out of a comic book.
Hey,
It
at
was.
least there was no babies in microwaves in this movie.
God,
Yes.
yeah.
I liked that though.
No,
I
no.
loved that movie. I thought it was great, man.
No,
There were poor.
But see,
There were
from an
portions of that
entertainment
movie,
perspective, I just like all these
only
different.
good part of that movie was Michael Keaton making spaghetti and meatballs. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel
but
like
see,
they
I
did
even
Michael
liked,
Keaton a huge disservice, guys. in
Yes,
that movie.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
I even
Absolutely.
liked
Absolutely.
Green Lantern. I liked Ryan Reynolds' Green
Oh,
Lantern, and
I love that
everybody's
movie
like,
too. Me,
"Oh, it's awful."
you and I actually saw that,
I like that.
opening night.
Yes, we did.
15 years ago, whatever it was.
Yes.
And I loved
Have
it.
you guys watched the extended cut that's on HBO Max? I haven't.
Yes,
because
it's good.
that
I like
movie
it.
bores me. But
Really?
No, not me. But he didn't even like it.
No.
Well,
yeah, he
no,
made fun
no.
of it.
Ryan
literally
Reynolds
in,
bashed
in
it for
Deadpool. Yeah.
Yeah.
He shot himself in the head for taking the script and the end credit of Deadpool.
yeah, yeah, that was the best.
I didn't think it was
scene
that
in Green
bad. I didn't think
Lantern.
it was that bad.
So, but look, what is it? John Campea says movies are, they're subjective, and
Yeah,
I'm
of
not
course.
saying I'm right and you're wrong. It's just, Lord knows what was going on in my life the first time I saw Green Lantern, so that probably influenced it too. But I've tried to watch that movie multiple times, and I just.
Jess said the Green Lantern was decent, but Ryan just comes off as if he didn't want to make the movie. And she's not wrong. But I feel like he does that in almost all of his roles. Like
He was
he's
just
I
so
think that's
just
awful.
annoyed to be there,
That's
but
just
he's not.
that's his
Yeah.
demeanor.
He's
Yeah.
Deadpool
like his
in every
demeanor.
movie. He's Deadpool in every
Exactly.
movie. Yeah.
Well, Deadpool was the role that he was put on Earth to play.
Oh,
And
God,
he needs
yeah.
to beat
He's a
that
smart
cow
ass,
to
and he's a-
death until it dies.
A good,
But I
witty,
cared
smart
about
ass.
Deadpool. I cared about Wade Wilson, right? In
Wait,
the
before
first
Ryan
Deadpool
Reynolds?
movie.
Okay, I was
What's
gonna say
that?
because no one cared about Deadpool before that movie came out.
No, I mean, in the
general.
movie. In the movie, I connected with the character early on. I
Yeah.
did not connect with Hal Jordan, right? I was like, why the fuck? He's going to drive his girlfriend's father's company out of business because he has to be a hotshot? come on.
Yeah, because in the comics, his whole thing with Ferris is that he's trying to save the company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was.
And he
that
got
was just-
fired, and he's trying to
sabotaged
work his way back into the company for multiple comic arcs. He got fired.
Speaking of
Why-
lanterns, I am excited for the new series coming out in HBO Max.
Yes.
Now,
I am too.
are they going to
I'm
be
excited
using
for it, but the trailer did not excite me. I'm not going to lie. I'm
Are
excited
they using
for
the
it, but
lantern
trailer didn't excite
from
me.
James Gunn? Is
They're
that
using
who they're
all
using?
three. They're using
Okay.
all
Yeah,
three.
they're all going to
Yeah.
be in it. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
so the guy Gardner will be in it, but the main characters are what is his
Jon
name? What is Aaron
Stewart.
Pierre's character? Jon Stewart, and then Kyle Chandler is playing Hal Jordan, which is really weird, but I'm open to it.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm excited about it, but I'm going to keep an open mind about it. I'm excited, but I don't know how well it's going to do. You know what I mean? It's one of
Yeah.
those things.
That's how I am. I'm excited because I liked that run that they're pulling from the comics, but I'm curious execution. How's it going to work?
So, Know Your Joe says Deadpool franchise was awesome. I loved the first Deadpool movie. I really liked the second Deadpool movie. I was so excited about Deadpool versus Wolverine. I have a terrible back injury, and like I don't know if anybody notices, I'm sitting way too long, and it causes me immense pain. But I love talking about this kind of stuff, so I'm doing it for you guys. But I can't go to the movies
Taking one for the
anymore.
team.
I can't sit. I'm sitting on a pile of pads right now, but I can't sit in movie theater seats. And I was so excited about Deadpool Wolverine that I was like, screw it. I loaded myself
I'm
up
going.
with pain pills. I was
bring a
in
a cushion from the couch?
receptive condition, right? Deadpool Wolverine in the theater. I was just like, what? I mean, it was nice to remember this, remember that, look at that character. But as far as the story went and everything, I was just kind of like, what? Who is
because
this?
they were
What?
trying to force Deadpool into the Marvel universe at that point. That's really all that was.
Now, I've seen Deadpool Wolverine probably, I don't know, 36 times, but every single one of them except two of them were watching reactors react to it. Because I
you know
enjoy
what it
it
is? You know
more
what it is with
watching
that
other
movie?
people enjoy themselves.
That movie it's good like a roller coaster is good. It's good because there's moments that make you go, holy shit. And then there's moments where you're just not connected to it emotionally. Like when you're riding a roller coaster, you don't care whether or not the character in the roller coaster, where they kind of tell you the story as you go through Space Mountain or Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
It's fun when shit starts to explode and you see people you recognize, but you don't really care when you get off the ride. Like, oh, it was great. I had fun.
Right, yeah.
Could you imagine
It
if
did
they
have a
had
lot of
written a
holy
story?
shit moments. Yeah.
if they had written a story for Wade and Logan to the level that they wrote the first one?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's what that movie. It's not about how much money it made. It made more. It made so much money. It made all the money, right? And I'm pretty sure it's been announced now. Hugh Jackman is going to be Wolverine again.
Till he's fucking 90.
Yeah, like he's
Well,
he's in
yes,
shape,
but
good
that
enough
was a
for
joke.
it.
I'm
so.
pretty sure he is in. There's been reports he was on set.
Oh, he's gonna be in Secret
costume.
Wars or Doomsday
They're
or whatever
never
they're calling
gonna
it
let
now.
him go.
So in
So
Logan,
I think honestly, you're going to see Hugh Jackman in at least, as a character in 2 or 3 more.
2 or 3 more.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Doomsday. He's
in
gonna be in
Logan,
Secret
did they
Wars.
purposely make him look older?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see Wolverine have them do a universe with the Cavalrine. I thought he looked really
that
good.
would be so great.
I thought he looked really good as Wolverine.
That would be so great.
The what? The what?
The Cavalrine. Henry Cavill.
Henry
Wolverine.
Cavill
Oh
as
yeah,
Wolverine.
yeah.
And I loved
That
he
was-
did the thing that he always does when he gets fight.
From Mission Impossible,
Yeah.
reloads his fist. Oh, that was great. That was great.
Jackman in World War Hulk. Yeah.
Oh, World War Hulk.
I mean,
they've already ruined that though. It's already gone. We kind of
Yeah.
already wasted that. That's the only thing that sucks.
well,
Like, we
but you know
missed,
what?
we missed out on
they
so many
could
good
go back
Hulk
and
stories.
expand on it. They could go
I
back
hope.
and expand on it. They took these great things that you wanted to see. You're like, oh yeah, and then it's just like, no, it's just a joke. It's just a joke.
Yeah. Well, don't get me started. I've the Thor movie, the last Thor movie, made me want to
Oh god,
gouge my eyes out.
that bastardization. That felt like 2 movies. That felt like a 90-minute ish Thor movie that they were like, we need more jokes.
We need more
man.
jokes.
That story that they took from is it's a horror story in a Thor
Yes.
book. And it was
Yes.
amazing. Gore the God Butcher is one of the greatest villains ever put on a piece of paper. And he was great. Honestly, in the movie, he was
Christian
great.
Bale did an amazing job.
Yeah, he did his job. He showed up, he made the money, and he did his job. Everyone else, I don't know what the fuck they did. It was awful.
Yeah, they made
Yeah.
Thor. It's like they made Thor look stupid. Thor's not okay. He's not the brightest bulb in the box, right?
Not their
it's
version.
well known.
No. Yeah.
But that's okay. However, they just made him look stupid. They made Lady Sith look stupid. She's laying there.
Dying. She's dying
in the
on
snow,
one arm,
dying.
and they're making jokes, and I just
And they're making jokes about, is she going to get into Valhalla? Well, you're technically not dead. Maybe your arm's in Valhalla.
Yeah, it was. I hated it. I hated it. That's
Yeah,
that's
the
probably and that storyline, that God Bomb, Gore the God Butcher. That's like top 5 of my all-time favorite arcs
I know.
ever.
Well, Brett, let me ask you this then. Talking about movies, getting away from Marvel for a minute. How did you feel about the Batman?
I love it. I love emo Batman. It was awesome.
I thought that it was a real. I thought that
Is
they.
this what's his name?
Yes.
Robert
Pattinson.
Robert
Pattinson.
Pattinson.
It's Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson.
I thought it was a really, really good storyline. Everything felt believable.
Yeah.
Look at Phil.
I know he didn't like it. That's why I didn't ask Phil. I asked
love
Phil.
I
Batman
love
should not be
Pattinson.
believable. Batman should
No.
not be
Yeah.
believable.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you've read Year One, I like that movie.
I did. I've read
Yeah.
Year One. I just watched the 2-hour animated Batman Year One movie. It was.
See, I didn't like that
great.
one. I didn't like that one.
I think that was the best, the best
Okay,
live action
we just
Riddler we've
cannot
ever
be on
had.
the same show
Disappointed.
together. I'm sorry. Get out. Get out. No.
No, this is even better. Conflict.
See, what's good is like I hate Adam West Batman with a fiery passion. I cannot stand it.
What, the old one?
Yes, I hate it. Hate it.
Robin, have you heard the
Yes.
story?
And as,
No,
soon,
I
as
agree.
soon as they
Repellent.
start slipping into that, like there's a new run on Batman that everyone loves that I don't like. I don't hate it. But I don't
no.
like it. It's called Absolute Batman, and he's just like this big. He's the size of the Hulk, and I don't understand why. There's no context for it in the writing or in the art. He's just massive, and all the choices that Batman makes. I'm not gonna ruin it because it's brand new. I can't get on with it. It's more in line with like it's not Adam West, but it's extreme. I guess.
I gotcha.
Can I just recognize these two? I want to go back real quick because as bad as there was, some of that movie was bad. This was ultimately my
goats were
favorite
funny.
part.
The goats
That was
were funny.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude.
The goats were funny.
That was so good.
That was probably the
Has
only
somebody
part.
done like a 45-minute edit of Love and Thunder?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Just got rid of all the shit and pardon me, the crap and
Oh, the
yeah.
good
just-
parts of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Or the
all the
wor-
previews.
yeah. The goats were funny, but there were funny parts that I laughed at, but
Yes.
I had to remind myself that this is a Thor movie, and then I hated it.
right.
You're like I was like,
like
oh, that's funny.
Thor.
Yeah.
Any movie that is so bad it makes Thor: Dark World look good. Come on,
In retrospect, Thor: Dark World is a great movie.
it grows on you.
Knowing what we know now, it's a
Which
great
one?
movie. The second, exactly.
Yeah.
It grows on you like a fungus.
Yeah, it does. It does. I like the ether. I like the dark elves. I like all that stuff now.
Yeah, I like Jane. I thought his father was being a jerk for some stupid reason, but okay.
I liked how Jane was whatever you want to call it. What is there? Is there a name for her?
His girlfriend,
Yeah.
his love interest.
No,
Oh,
when
you're
she
talking
becomes,
about. She's the mighty Thor. It's
Yeah.
different.
Okay. The Mighty Thor.
Oh, you're
That
talking
was
about
cool.
Love and Thunder. Yeah,
That was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
that's
comic
even,
book story.
Yeah, they also ruined that. Read the comics, and you'll hate that movie even more for her character
Yeah.
because her character was so much better in that run of the comics.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they didn't have
There's
enough of it.
There's a lot more. Well, did she have cancer in the movie? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that in the comics is much more drawn out.
Right.
But Jane Foster, a
In a good way.
brilliant physicist, God knows
I don't
how
mean to
many
cover
PhDs,
Brett up, but sorry.
wasn't
I'm with
listening
Jess
to
on
her
this. I
doctors.
love Loki.
Yeah, right.
What? Give me a break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They,
I mean-
that whole movie should just be erased. and I think they're gonna try.
You know what that kind of reminds me of is Iron Man 3.
No, that's a great Christmas movie.
Iron
No,
Man
listen,
3.
I like all of them. I just don't like that he kept failing and kept failing and kept failing.
He needed it. That was part of his.
It wasn't
character.
really an
Yeah.
Iron Man movie. It was a Tony Stark movie.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
No, it was a Shane Black movie.
That's cool. That's okay.
That's one of my
that's okay.
favorites, though. Like that's what's in the background here, and I was like, oh man, he just kept. Yeah, I know. I see it.
I was
Yeah,
I was
but
playing
is
the
yours-
VR the other
is
day.
yours
It's
wood?
So cool.
Is yours made out of wood?
Actually, yeah, the outside is. I got it from Goodwill.
This thing back here is all solid wood. It's somebody.
Oh no, it's not solid wood.
Yeah.
Kevin,
Yes.
Batman Beyond. Should it get a movie?
Hell yeah!
I don't think so.
Hell yeah!
I don't think so.
He's not
It's,
Kevin.
and fucking Michael Keaton should be the old Batman.
Yeah, yeah. So
That'd
I
be
love-
okay with me. That'd be a great
love
way to
Batman
send him
Beyond.
off.
I love Batman. Yeah.
Michael
I love Kevin
Keaton-
Conroy as Batman. He's my favorite Batman. Bring all
Maybe,
that back.
maybe it's because I
Maybe he's
never
dead,
could. I never got into the animated series. I never got into the comics of Batman Beyond. I just couldn't get into it. But I don't think it should be.
those first Batmans with Michael Keaton, I loved him as Batman. I didn't love the movies as much as I liked him as Batman.
Yeah, he was a surprise.
Does
I
that
think.
make sense? Like I really thought he
no,
was
it
a
makes
good
sense.
Batman, but
It
like the
makes sense.
movies
He's a
were
good Batman. Because mine is like I have like a kind of like each actor does one thing very well, but nobody has done all the things very well.
Correct, correct.
Michael Keaton was a great Batman. I didn't really buy his Bruce Wayne too much. Christian Bale was the best Bruce Wayne. Didn't love his Batman. In
No.
total honesty.
George
I didn't
Clooney
like- I
had
didn't like
great
that.
nipples on the costume.
Great nipples, yeah, great nipples. Nice ass
Great
too.
nipples.
They all had great asses in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
sit-up
yeah.
scene. Alicia Silverstone, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, great asses in those rubber costumes.
Yeah, the Robin
I
was good in
loved.
that.
Talk about the Flash. Talk about the Flash. There's a lot that I loved about the Flash. As a movie, I didn't really appreciate it, but that scene where Barry has got the Batman costume on and he kind of turns and does that.
Yeah, he can't move his head. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it was great. Can't move his head. He's like, we need to modify this.
So
was great.
Jess's
So-
favorite Superman is the CW Superman, and her favorite live action Batman is the Robert Pattinson.
Wow, that's
Here-
bold.
Here's
I
a
like Ben
question for
Affleck.
you, for both of you guys, since you're in the comics. What comic book series, whether it be a Other Worlds or Elseworlds type series, would you like to see into a movie?
I would say Injustice if they hadn't already done the evil Superman thing 1,000 times already. But I would like to see Deceased. Deceased was really good.
Deceased.
Yeah, it's
Oh
Marvel,
God,
DC
DC was
Zombies.
so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, some of
And
the art in there, some of the covers were fantastic.
Yeah, they were all the whole artist chain of
Yeah.
people they had working on it was amazing.
Jess, I agree with you. Flashpoint, and they kind of touched on it in the Flash movie, but
I would like to see 3 Jokers made into a movie.
That's interesting.
All 3 of the Jokers, like
I've never met anyone that likes that storyline, so I'm interested to hear why.
I liked it. I like 3 Jokers because what they're basically saying is there's been 3 Jokers all along.
I mean, I like the concept, and I trusted Jeff Johns to do it, but it just for me it didn't execute the way I wanted it or the way I expected it to. I think.
That's fair.
I'd like to see a death in the family.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be.
But
yeah.
do we get to vote? Do we get to vote whether or not Jason Todd lives?
Ooh.
Sure. Okay. Always looking
I
for a
mean,
gimmick. That's fine.
Well, yeah.
I-
I don't think he should live because he gets resurrected from the Lazarus pits and becomes. Then we get our Red Hood.
So for Clay, for context, I don't know if you know this, but right when that story came out, was it late 80s? When that story came out, they actually paused production and then put out a vote in their monthly newsletter for everyone to write in and vote whether or not Jason Todd, the current Robin, would live, and everyone voted for him to fucking die because they hated him.
God.
He's a bit of an asshole, Robin.
He was an asshole, yeah. And he continued to be once he was resurrected from
Yes.
the dead.
Didn't stop.
Did anybody read Batman Damned?
Yeah, bad dick.
I do have that comic. I do have that.
You do? You
I
have the
have that
copy?
issue. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I have the original. Yeah. The artwork in that is probably my favorite artwork out of any comic I've ever read. The artwork in that is absolutely fantastic.
It was really good. The back shot of him like working out is like motivated me to get back in shape so many times,
Yeah.
even though it's not real.
So we're talking about what comic books we'd like to see, and it's a good question. That was a great question. So if I shifted gears to Star Wars, talk about a deep IP, right?
He's gonna go Legends universe.
Going back to Splinter of the Mind's Eye, right? That was the first original Star Wars book that I ever read. And I mean, they have so much good stuff. Star Trek too. Star Trek as well. Star Trek's got he just passed away. I can't remember the author now, but he was amazing. Help me out. Somebody who he did a whole series where he took Shelby from The Next Generation and created Mackenzie Calhoun was the character he created, and he basically went, "Ooh, I'm gonna do a story of a separate part of a separate 5-year mission, a different crew, and he created
Gene
these characters.
Roddenberry?
He brought
Gene Roddenberry.
no, this was an original. The character he created was Mackenzie Calhoun. And he just died. The author just died. Let me see. Star Trek. Mackenzie.
I don't. So Hatchet is asking who was a better Punisher, Ray Stevenson or John Bernthal? When was Ray Stevenson the Punisher?
I don't know. I know. It
was Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane. Yeah, Thomas Jane.
I really like that one. The first one.
New Frontier. Star Trek New Frontier was the name of the series, and the author. My memory is so bad.
See, as much as I like Star Wars, I'm not all the stuff that's happened over the last like 20 years or so. I'm not real.
Give me a full trilogy.
Peter David.
Of Jar Jar Binks.
Oh,
Give me
Peter
a full
David.
trilogy of Jar
Peter
Jar Binks.
David.
Yeah, Jar Jar.
Peter
That would
David,
be a
comic
good one.
book
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. But okay, so they've got all this amazing IP, yet they're not using it. Instead, they're making Discovery and Strange New Worlds. And as much as I enjoy Lower Decks, and Starfleet Academy, they've got all this amazing IP. Why are they not mining that IP? Why is Star Wars not mining the extensive IP that they've got? Instead, they're cranking out Kenobi.
I'd like to see
and
a
Boba
horror
Fett.
version.
They used
Yeah.
a lot of Legends canon to write that horrible Ben Kenobi thing at the end of the new trilogy, with the Rise of the Dead Fleet and somehow Palpatine returned. That was all from Legends.
With the Star Wars,
very
why can't we
badly
get
done.
why can't we get a horror type deal and just follow the Borg?
I don't even know who that is.
Robert Meyer Burnett talks about why not mix genres within it. Why can't there be a Star Wars horror movie? Why can't there be a Star Wars mystery movie? Why can't there be a Star Wars? Why does it all have to just be Star Wars action, right?
Well,
And Jedi.
Marvel has tried that, and it's worked, and then sometimes it's backfired. Like, a lot of people didn't like WandaVision cycling through genres, and I thought that was so fucking cool. I thought that was awesome.
It was brilliant. And I didn't particularly. I was not a fan of Bewitched growing up, and I Dream of Jeannie and stuff like that. But I got what they were doing.
What's wrong with you?
It wasn't that they were
I was
trying
muted.
to remake Bewitched. It was a gimmick to move you from it worked. It was a vehicle. I liked Agatha all along.
Oh yeah.
I haven't finished that yet. I still got to finish it.
I don't think I've finished it quite yet either. But
I heard it was really good.
Oh, it's the kid. Pay attention to the kid.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know already. I know who all the characters are in the show. Just from the casting.
Okay, so you know who the kid
unfortunately.
is.
Yeah.
I didn't
I've
think
read
What
all the
If was
stories.
great, but it was enjoyable, mostly. And have you seen Marvel Zombies?
Yeah. I honestly
Little-
don't
little
like those comics very
Bits
much.
and pieces.
The actual
But-
comic
So you
books,
think
Marvel
DC did
Zombies,
it better?
Hell yeah. Marvel Zombies was Robert Kirkman taking all the toys and then smashing them together. And
Did you like vampires?
no, not really.
I didn't care for vampires as
It
much
felt
as
like
I liked.
DC's 2.0.
Yeah, I liked DC's
But worse.
much better.
Yeah, Deceased was good, but Marvel Zombies to me was grotesque for the sake of being grotesque, and I just didn't enjoy it.
You talking
Which
about
one?
The comic book or the
The
recent
comic book. The comic book. I haven't watched the TV show yet.
limited series? I thought
yeah, I
that
haven't.
it was beautifully done. It was well acted, and actually wasn't the best story, but it was a good story. It was a good story.
I mean, if it's not overtly gross, I'll probably be okay with it. Because that was my problem with the Marvel Zombies comic line, is they killed people in the most gruesome way for the wow factor. And it was just,
Yeah, I don't think they did that in this. I mean, it was zombies, but yeah, you should watch it.
Well,
You
it was the situations that they put characters in that made it even more grotesque. Like I don't know how to describe it exactly, but it's Spider-Man eating Mary Jane alive in one of the scenes, and it's just, and the way that they write out the dialogue is like, wow, why? Who thought of this? What a sick human
I've been
being.
watching it, but it's hard to. I don't want to say hard to follow, but it's just hard to get on with it. I know what you mean.
Well, and it's not really. Well, it's not our Marvel universe either.
No.
It is an offshoot of the What If. It's
Yeah,
You know what
basically
I
an
want to see a
expansion
movie
What
of?
If.
I want to see a movie of Invincible.
Oh, it'll happen. That's already in production.
Cannot wait
Yeah.
for that. Did you guys see that, Kevin, Phil?
And no, I never.
I've
I
only
never
watched
really
part of
watched
season
Invincible.
one.
Ooh,
That's a great show. The
it's a
book
good
is
show.
one of the best. Actually, it's probably my number one comic I've ever read in my entire life. The whole series.
Yes, DC
Yeah.
should make another Losers movie.
Oh, I fucking love Losers. I love
I don't feel like I have. I don't feel like I've
Yes,
seen
you
it.
have. Yes, you have. I had it on Blu-ray, and I was obsessed with that movie in high school. So you've seen it.
Okay. Yeah, well, you were also obsessed with Toy Story.
No, wow.
No, you're Joe. I liked Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie. I wasn't. It wasn't. It
No,
was, but when
I'm
I was
Lion King. I'm sorry.
growing up, it was my sister watching those primarily. I was watching My Favorite Martian and Star Trek and stuff. So it was just because it's a sci-fi thing. But yeah, and later on, I've watched those. They're enjoyable. But you know, I don't. But I'm not clamoring for a reboot of any of those series.
Losers was great. I mean, you could just rewatch Losers. I don't think they need
Losers, yes.
to make. They don't need to remake or make another one. Like that is just a time capsule of a movie that holds up forever. That was like I became a Jeffrey Dean Morgan fan because of that movie.
Yeah. There's certain movies that come along that are like that. Mine is Interstellar. I'll
that's a
watch
good
that.
movie.
I'll watch that again and again and again. I've already seen it probably 15 times or more.
You watched that
Sorry-
movie
I'm sorry,
15
Phil.
times?
Yeah.
Oh,
15 times? I watched it and I liked it, but I will never watch it again.
oh no, I'll watch it again and again.
Really?
Yeah, because it puts me in that whole where I am, where I'm always like, man, it would be so cool if we could go places. If we could go.
So I guess that you know what that is? That speaks more to the complacent state of your mind. You're a pensive
Okay.
person. I look for like laughs and escapism. So movies that I watch over and over is like The Wolf of Wall Street, Avengers 2012, like shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff that gives me the theme park experience.
Yeah, but but I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you, Brett. But they've got to have a good story, a well-written story.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course. Yes.
They got to follow the rules. You can't take. I just feel like since was it phase 6, they're just taking shortcuts. It's like we got to get it
think
out.
so.
We got to get it out. Who
Yeah.
cares? We didn't figure it out, or we got to shorten it. So we're going to take this thing out that makes connecting. It's like.
Well, they went from 4 to 6 projects a year to 2022 to like 18 projects in 1 year.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. They can't uphold the quality when you're pumping out that much content, and the continuity is gonna fall apart.
But
It's gonna.
okay. But this past year they released Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts. Right.
I really loved both of those.
Yes.
Thought they were great.
I didn't see. I don't think I saw all of the new Fantastic
They
Four.
should have
I
been
know. I
should have been
know
better.
Phil's opinion. I loved Thunderbolts. I didn't have a problem with it.
Thunderbolts was awesome. Great. I loved that movie.
I
thought
enjoyed it.
it was almost a return to form. Like it was close.
Yeah.
It was almost, but that's the problem because I am not going to watch the Thunderbolts as many times as I will watch Captain America: The First Avenger. Iron Man 2,
I've watched that
Iron
movie
Man
so
3.
many times. Yeah, yeah.
I just won't, because
Watching-
there's just not enough. There's just not enough depth to it to keep me coming back. I feel like in 2 watchings, I've watched it twice. I pretty much got it all. I got it all. There's nothing more for me to discover. I just watched Captain America, the first Avenger, and maybe I'm getting old. My memory's leaving me, but there were points I was like, oh, I didn't notice that I didn't notice that the last times I watched it. Or it's
No, I think that's
got
with
depth.
everything. Yeah, anything you watch more than once or twice, you start to pick up on things that you didn't notice before.
not
I think
Thunderbolts,
if they stop shooting on that blue screen, we might get some of that back. I think that's ruined. a
not
lot of it.
Fantastic Four First Steps.
See, I really liked that. I really liked Fantastic Four. I thought it was a great era film. Like I thought that was.
I'm
cool.
just not going to watch it over and over again. I'll watch
Yeah,
it
but
again.
that
probably in
one
about a
puts
year.
that's that era that you like. You know, just like the whole Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack music. Those are things that just resonate. And we're like, yeah.
I love the Fantastic Four, right? I was so excited for this. I was like, you know what it was? Is they didn't make me, like I said earlier, I cared about Tony Stark, right? In the first 3 minutes of the movie. I cared about I didn't care about him, but I was hooked into his story, the Red Skull. He was a bad guy, and he was core pivotal. I know the story of all of them because I'm a comic fan, but I just didn't connect with Johnny or Ben or Reed or Sue.
It's not. Everybody's not going to feel the same, you know. And that's
Yeah,
okay.
Well, I could see where he's coming from though, because when they announced the cast, I was pretty underwhelmed, and I love Pedro Pascal, but I was disappointed he was cast as Reed Richards in the beginning, and I'm not going back to watch that movie because of his portrayal of Reed Richards. I would go back to watch it just because of the spectacle and because of Galactus. I think those are the two coolest parts of that movie.
I think
I kept
Pedro
hearing
Pascal
how
is an
terrifying
overrated actor.
Galactus was, right? I went from people who saw it, oh my God, Galactus scared me. Galactus didn't scare me. It was like, really?
I don't see him being
Looks cool.
scary.
No,
Yeah, I don't see him being scary.
It was cool. But that
Menacing.
that whole I'm
Hey,
so big I barely.
It was better than an ominous cloud.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but when you have to point to something that was really badly done to say that this was that's like, what did I say last night? Is
It
like when
tasted
somebody
better than
says,
dog shit.
I went and saw the new Marvel movie. Man, the special effects were great.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, who cares?
Okay.
The special effects are good, they should disappear. Like
Exactly.
Lord of the
Or
Rings.
the
that should
acting
not
was
be the-
fantastic, but the writing was mediocre. Well, okay. Well, it better be
Special
fantastic.
effects should not be the lead, and that's what I like
No,
about
no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Needs a good
should
story.
disappear into the background.
I watch Iron Man, and it's a great movie. I watch Captain America: First Avenger, or the second one, or Civil War. They're just really, really good movies, right?
They
It's
are.
the total package.
But Captain America: First Avenger, the general public actually did not love when it came out. Surprisingly, I loved it.
I know, because
I did.
I think there's a dislike of period type pieces, right? And that's what it was. Me, talk about something
loved
I'd
it.
like to see. I'd like to have them go back and, you want a Marvel TV show? I want the
Cap and Bucky.
Cap and Bucky, but I also want the what's the name of his team in World War II?
the Howling Commandos. Yeah, the
Howling Commandos. I want a Howling Commandos series. What a
with
way to
Dum Dum
reintroduce
Dugan. That'd be
Chris
great.
Evans.
What about a
into
Howard the
into
Duck
Marvel-
series?
No,
A
thank
limited
you.
series. I'd take a Howard.
Thank you.
You really want that, Kevin?
I like.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, I
I
can't even
liked
say.
Ha-
I
I
can't even
liked
say I
Howard
like
the
the
Duck.
first movie.
But I wouldn't say that. Yeah.
Nobody wants Howard the Duck.
I mean, I would have rather
Although-
had a Howling Commandos series than the
I do have a
Ironheart.
Howard the Duck skull signed by Leah Thompson.
nice.
That's all right.
Hey, you know what's great? You're probably the only person who has one of those.
I am the only.
It's
This is a one.
custom made.
Yeah, it's a custom skull. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, I liked Howard the Duck, the movie. I like putting it on in the background while I'm doing something. You know.
Oh,
I've
you
seen the
know,
movie.
I used that once on a scammer that was texting me once, and they were trying to get me to do something, and I said no, I can't do that. This and this and that, and I said something about being a duck, and they were like, "Oh, you're a duck?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I sent them a picture of Howard the Duck. I was like, "That's me on the left," you know.
Fuck.
They were buying it. They were just like, "Well, okay, yeah," because it was a scam. It was funny. I was messing with them.
I think that I like the way they represented Howard the Duck in the movies. You know, the little limited time that he's been there.
Yeah, and they brought him back in something.
Yeah, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy in a post-credit scene.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
A
I
minute.
thought it was in game.
Maybe. I'm not
He
sure.
was in something.
I think
He
they've used him a
popped up
couple
in
of
something.
times.
Yeah.
I think they've used him a couple of times.
And it's Seth Green that does the voice of the new version.
So is that a Marvel character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a
I
Marvel
never
character.
knew that.
You know who else is a Marvel character and no one knows? Blade.
Oh, I knew
Yes.
that.
Wait, wasn't
Well,
Howard the Duck an acquired Marvel character, though? He didn't start out as a Marvel character,
Well,
did
I think he was a Timely Comics character, so that's how that happened, I think.
Yeah.
And I love the
Alright.
Blade movies. I love all three of them. Even though the third one is a bit out there and a lot of people don't like, I actually liked it.
I love
I
Blade.
like the Blade movies. I love Blade.
I liked him.
I like Blade 2, and there's elements of Blade 3. There I go doing that thing that I say I hate, but there are elements of Blade 3 that I enjoyed. Having heard a lot of the backstory from the actors over the years, though, I understand why Blade 3 turned out the way it did. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
it's
makes
all
sense.
public knowledge now. So
I like all
That's
those
all
movies,
good
though.
stuff
Especially
for
this-
the
is it-
ex-Sony guy.
Is it the first
No,
or the
no,
second
I didn't
one
hear
where
it because of my Sony guy. Sorry. No, I heard it as a fan because it's all out there. I've seen interviews and stuff like that. I don't have any connection to the Blade people, just to be clear.
Defenders of the
How
I don't
about
know
the
I don't
Defenders
know
of the
anything
Earth?
about the. I don't
I
know
don't
anything
either.
about it. Yeah.
Oh, there was
about
all this drama on set with Wesley Snipes and the director. They
I can
were
see that.
butting
He was
heads
kind of full of himself at that time.
looking
Yeah,
up Defenders
I
of the
imagine there
Earth.
was there's a lot of recreational whatnot going on too, and it was also he had other things going on, legal issues that ended him up in jail,
prison.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm sure he had a lot going on, but I think it worked out really well. I mean, there's been the whole bringing him back for Deadpool and Wolverine. That was a highlight of that for me.
And I think
that
they're
was great.
making a new Blade unless they stop production on it.
It's a nightmare, production nightmare. One of those, like it's been in and out of production.
I don't think you're ever going to see Mahershala Ali. The Marvel Zombies is the most you're going to see Mahershala Ali as.
Yeah, he'll
Blade.
end up getting recast since he's kind of getting up there in age. I think by the time they're ready to put a script out, so
Of course, Hugh Jackman's still playing Wolverine.
he will be till he's 90.
Yeah. I like what was it you sent me today? Yeah, you sent me a thing from Ron Perlman talking about he's 70
he said
something
he'll
years
come
old and
back to play Hellboy if
he's
they
like, I'll
come up
yeah.
with a good script and it's Guillermo del Toro. He'll say, "I'll come back now, 75 years old." He's like, "I'll do it."
He was a much better Hellboy than
Yeah.
Stranger Things guy.
But let's be honest.
Oh,
let's be honest.
Yeah,
the Hellboy
yeah.
movies never lived up to their full potential. They didn't.
No.
So I mean, yes, the last one was awful. What isn't there an independently done Hellboy movie that's actually
Yes.
getting all kinds of accolades right now?
I don't know about accolades, but people like it. But I think that's because they're starving for a Hellboy movie, and it
yeah.
wasn't.
Well,
terrible.
Did I say Hellblade?
because we
I meant
kind of got
Hellboy.
left just hanging in the balance there in limbo.
Well, yeah, because the second Ron Perlman Del Toro one was like a cliffhanger of an ending, and then we never got a third one.
Never got the third
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that was sad.
But
Yeah,
he
the
could,
Army of
I mean, he
Darkness
could
was
do
like
the
she-
entire thing in prosthetics, so he doesn't even need
Yeah.
to be in shape.
Or he could just do the Josh Brolin method and go all CGI and VO the character.
Yeah, and that worked.
Great. Yeah, that was great.
But I think Del Toro has pretty much said that the ship has sailed. He's not doing another one.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a few times. But money talks, and you never know.
Jumping subjects huge. Speaking of Josh Brolin, has anybody I already know Brett's. Have you seen Outer Range?
Have not.
It's a great show.
And we're not getting any more.
Wait, for real? Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. We found out they canceled it.
They
That's
canceled
right.
it. So stupid. This is an amazing show. Amazing.
Kind of like
Josh
Firefly.
Brolin's. Yeah, Josh Brolin's
Now I don't want to
like
watch
the
it
lead.
even more because it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, don't.
Well-
no, now you'll be pissed off now. But it was great.
I mean, if you
as
want
it
to,
was.
if you want something to do, it's worth it. But you're gonna be
Crooked,
mad.
oh,
that-
so Hatchet said it. Phil, it was Hellboy Crooked Man is the one you're thinking of.
Thank you.
Jess
Oh,
is really.
you know what
rooting
I
for
finished
Daniel
watching
Radcliffe.
today?
What's that?
Pluribus.
Oh,
I haven't touched that yet.
But I
didn't-
have to tell you.
No,
have to tell
no,
you.
I haven't seen it
No,
all.
I'm not giving any.
I'm
plot
pretty
points away.
current. Okay.
Starting with episode 4, I started fast forwarding through
Oh, why?
because it's so
It's a-
slow.
It's a Vince
It's
Gilligan
like-
show. I can
It's
see that.
good though. I like
Yeah.
it.
But I like other Vince Gilligan show. But it was like you don't
light
need to
died.
spend. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm. There's another. I follow Robert Meyer Burnett, and was it John Campea was talking about how it's just he just beat them. I felt like he was flogging it to death. It's like I get it. He was trying to set a tone and everything, but I just don't think he gave the audience enough credit. And he took, and it never stopped. It never stops. Every scene goes on 4 times longer than it needs to.
I know,
and-
but I like that. That reminds me
yes,
of like
I
the,
liked it up to episode
Seth
4, and I was like, I
MacFarlane
can't
stuff.
take this anymore because
Yeah, but it's not Seth
like you-
MacFarlane. It's Vince Gilligan. Vince Gilligan. It's that
Vince
Breaking
Gilligan.
Bad, Better Call Saul. I love both of those shows. So
Yes.
I'm gonna watch Pluribus.
But I
at
didn't
some
feel
point.
like he did that with those shows. I love.
I mean, he
love
definitely
Breaking
did. That's
Bad.
his style.
He did.
I mean,
He did
the
it in a
opening
different
scene,
way with Breaking
the
Bad.
opening scene of one of the episodes is a 2-minute shot of a pizza on a roof.
Okay,
Yeah.
did he do it as much and as often and over
yes.
and over?
Yeah,
I feel,
yes, he did. Because
Did you watch?
I
I tried to get my wife to watch Breaking Bad, and that is her
I'm
main
trying to do the
complaint
same
is that
thing.
it takes way too fucking long to get to the point. She said.
No.
You know what? I guess
It
I'm
is-
just too close to death. Is what
It
it
is so worth
Don't have
it.
enough
Yeah.
time.
You're not buying green bananas.
I've never seen Breaking Bad.
It
Never
makes sense.
seen
My wife
Breaking
is
Bad.
older than me, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't lose anything by skipping. That's the thing. Except I got to the last
sucks.
episode.
That sucks.
Nah, I can't. I want to see it all. I
I
like
could see it though. I could see it though because I watched scenes of Better Call Saul, and there's 15-minute monologues inside of a Cinnabon.
But they're great monologues.
They
That's-
are
that's
to
my
me
problem
and you,
here is
but maybe it's not to someone else.
Right.
But you've also got to have the right actor. Bob Odenkirk is a scene stealer. Stick him in a 15-minute monologue, and I will sit there and listen to the entire thing.
Is that his? Is that who is? Is that the Mike?
Saul.
Yeah,
Better Call.
Oh,
Yeah, Saul. Saul
that's
Goodman.
Saul.
Is,
Okay.
yeah.
Mike
he's been
is
really
one of my
good in
most
those
favorite
nobody
actors,
movies.
man.
Yeah, nobody's good. Mike is. I forget his name, but he's in a bunch of stuff too.
I liked
good
Nobody
actor.
too. I saw Nobody 2 the other night. I didn't think
We
it was,
saw it
good
in
as the
theaters.
first
It was
one,
awesome.
but it was a worthy sequel.
It
And
was a
he's got
fun
another
movie.
action movie coming out on. Is it on Peacock? Where he's like a sheriff, and it's
Oh yeah. I did see that.
And it looks
yeah, I
good.
think I saw that. Yeah,
he.
I'll watch
He
that.
is a. I mean, he is a late. He is. It's basically the Michael Keaton story. You know, he's a comedian that landed a John Wick role and
Yeah.
chews the scenery up.
I haven't finished Better Call Saul. I just drifted away. Yeah.
What?
Like. No, I
What?
still love it. I love it.
What? I based my entire company off.
Hey
that
Joe,
TV show.
how you doing? Red Cabin Acoustic just popped in.
how's it going, guy? How's it going, Joe?
Brett, if
guys.
you've never heard this guy's voice, you have to go to Red Cabin Acoustic on YouTube. Amazing voice.
An amazing.
We'll check it out.
Yeah.
Guys,
Hey,
I hate
guys.
to do this to you, but I gotta go. I have family
Hasta la bye
visiting,
bye.
and I am ignoring them. So
It's still early
as I-
for him, so
I love this. I gotta go, but you should keep going.
Well, I was about to say I'm about to get off as well.
yeah. I know Kevin's stomach is telling him otherwise.
Okay. So did we decide what we're going to talk about going forward? I enjoyed
I don't
this.
know.
So I think we did. I think that was good open forum. I think as long as someone is prepared with topics, I think that's a good starting point.
Okay.
Yeah, that Clay, you and I talk about this a lot, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to build it in from the beginning. We're trying with all the stuff we do to say let's keep to segments, right?
Yeah,
For a
it's
variety
tough.
of reasons.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons, all of them good, and but yeah, I do. We talked a lot. I mean, if we took this show and we said, okay, this is the Star Wars side, this is the Marvel side, this is the DC side, they're all great little 10-minute segments that I think
That we can. He's talking about chopping stuff up as far as shorts go.
that's
and,
one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons.
Oh yeah,
because,
I know. I've been trying to get. I don't know where he is on my screen, but
Yes,
him
you're
to
right.
do
You're
that
pointing it.
forever. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
We should brainstorm.
Well, that's what that's what I do for a living. So I'm trying to get him on board with the cross pollination of platforms.
I'm trying. I just hate it. Because I feel like it takes away from your long form, and I like my long.
No,
form.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
No.
No.
That's why. But Clay, that's why you have partners like Kevin and me and Brett, who you can do your thing, and we can help you, kind of
Do the other
craft
thing.
a structure around it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm really good at this structure, and I've built out multiple channels at varying degrees of success, and I have not enough time, and then I just give up.
Know your Joe. Take a good look at Brett. He's got Brett with a question mark. Take a good look at him. Listen to his voice. Then tell me who he is.
I don't think it's that eerily similar to just
No.
pick up on, right? No.
It's noticeable. Now we've already said enough.
Maybe if you parted your hair the other way.
No, it's part of the same direction.
Same way.
Right here.
My
And
hair.
I need a bruchet of a beard.
Yeah. I
I
cut
have
it.
the white hairs though. The white hairs are coming.
Yeah.
The
Well, you're a
apple
little late.
does not far fall from the tree.
Far fall, yeah.
Yeah.
Fall far from. I'm sorry. It's been a
I
long
started. Yes,
And I'm
very the younger Clay. I started going gray in my 20s.
Better looking Clay.
Yeah.
Well, Brett,
some
I have to tell you, I am not shameless. I am not too shameless to take advantage of. I mean, like I said, I'm a marketing guy. I'm an ex-marketing guy, and so and promo and stuff. But you never finish learning, and I haven't done it
absolutely
for
not.
almost a dozen years. So,
I just said, I don't know about all that, Brett.
and what I was different. So, I just doing something like this with you, I feel like I'm going to learn some stuff and get ideas. And so, and as I constantly tell your dad, I truly believe in the phrase, a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah,
So-
I definitely
Yes.
believe in that as well.
Until he gets tired of me saying, you should try this or you should try that, because that was my thing. It was like, there's a joke in a movie, I forgot what movie it is, but the guy goes, oh, no, it was Iron Man. It was Iron Man where the bad guy says about, the best thing about Tony is the worst thing about Tony. He's
Right,
always
right.
working.
He's
They used to
always
say
working.
similar things like that about me at work. It's like, the best thing about Phil is the worst thing about Phil. He has lots of ideas.
But what you said
know?
about the rising tide raising all ships or whatever, it's
Yeah.
true, because I kept pounding you about put out a video, put out a video,
Yep.
put out a video.
Yep.
He was an avid YouTube viewer, and he had all these mics and all this whatever, you just hush, all this knowledge about mics. And I was like, dude, make some videos. And he finally started making videos, and I think they're great.
See,
And
like
now
I
I
run
need to
into
get
a lot of
back
that
on
with like what I do for work, and you get people all the time like, well, I don't think I know enough to give people advice. And I always tell people, like, anything that you think is common sense, someone has never learned before. They don't know what you think is common.
Oh, exactly.
You can always teach something. And
And
Exactly.
if you're wrong, you'll piss off a lot of people, and they'll just tune in just to be mad at you. That's good
that's
too.
fine. I'll
Me
take
and my
that.
Hey,
wife go through that right there almost every day, because everything she does with her baking, when you're like, if you're going to try to help her and you don't do something that's common sense to her, she gets upset. And I'm like, listen, this is flowing. This is breathing for you. come upstairs to my office, and you'll be just as lost as I am down here.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I've had people that, I'm talking microphones and they don't know what an XLR cable is.
Yep.
Something
Felix?
simple as that.
I mean, what?
No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
I
right. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, I work in content, and I didn't
Good
know
guy.
what an XLR
I'm
cable
just-
was till like 3 years ago. So
You what?
I work in making content, and I
Oh,
didn't
yeah, I
know what
know.
an XLR cable was till like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I started sending him some shit. I was like, use this. I don't need it.
But why should you? Quite honestly, because in this day and age, even though to us snobs we would say, why would somebody use a USB microphone? They're good enough technology, and
Yeah.
they don't need an interface. You just plug it in and go. It's like
And the way
that's fair.
social media works, people get a kick out of recording on things that shouldn't be recorded on. Like I watched a video of someone using a Samsung microwave that comes with a camera for LiDAR to record a soccer game,
Yeah.
like as a gimmick. Like it's just,
Wow.
while somebody.
I did that the other day. I took the Mayono, the PD200W, and plugged in an auxiliary cable to the mic jack. There's the mic. So it's got a microphone, a headphone jack. I plugged an auxiliary cord into the headphone jack, ran that into one of these adapters, and then plugged it in through the mic input on the Rodecaster, and it worked.
While this drives old timers like me, because I'm an audio video production guy, right? This is not meant to be used like this, but I
be
can't
held.
ignore the fact that this is a popular thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not criticizing you for doing it. It's just, well, I am criticizing, but it's just because it's so foreign to me, right?
To you, right? But
it's-
to them, it's great.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe if they listen to somebody talking on one of these or a USB mic versus this, I don't know. Maybe they'd hear it. Maybe they wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But my point
Anyway,
is, or
We're-
somebody, or the fact that this company says this can replace
Hi, Kevin.
an SM58. Bye, Kevin.
You guys have a good night. Thanks for inviting me on.
See you later, man.
I'm going to get something to eat.
Go chow.
Talk to y'all later.
But the idea that somebody's holding one of these and talking into it like this just kills me.
Yeah.
Kills me. Anyway,
Yeah,
But
we're
that's 'cause I'm old.
2 hours. We're all getting tired now, so
I really
We're
got to
all
go.
old.
it's 7.
Thank you
It's
for
8
doing
o'clock
this,
for
guys.
Phil. It's
oh, that must be nice.
yeah, he's in California.
So, thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't do it again for at least a week.
Yeah, I gotta go
'cause-
back to work now, so that's probably gonna be my request also.
Right.
Vacation's
Well,
over.
listen. I liked having you because of your knowledge. That's why I hang out with Phil, because of his knowledge. I learn a lot of stuff. So anytime you're available, and we'll plan it. Because I think it was a great conversation. Somebody in the chat earlier said this was a great show. I really liked this.
Okay.
Yeah, Hatchet Assassin. This was a cool show. Loved the nerd talk. So anyway,
I like nerd talk.
yeah.
I like,
so I'm gonna
you know
go
what I
ahead
like
and
better than nerd talk. I like geek talk.
yeah, me too. So I'm good with that. Good with that.
Check out Geek Omelet. No, actually, the only thing I got on Geek Omelet is my microphones. I'm really gonna have to get more content that's geek related on Geek Omelet.
You got yeah. It's an omelet. So I'm gonna run
Brett,
into
I'm
the.
gonna pick your brain about that name. Not now, not live on the air, but I'm just curious if you think that's as terrible as I think it is.
Geek omelet.
Yeah.
I don't think names matter anymore.
It's not bad. No.
Content is king.
Content is it. You could have a stupid name and
There's content
Yeah.
creators with their name is like Mike T 191167 that have 8 million followers. Like
Right.
I've seen it multiple times. I wouldn't.
I thought about doing that. I thought about doing like Nerd Geek 15532.
you could.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say thank you to everybody that jumped in the chat. I appreciate it. We all appreciate
Thanks,
it.
everybody.
The comments are great. There's one last one that popped in, and then I'm gonna say goodbye and good night. Content is what makes it. All right, we will see you guys next time. We will announce whatever we decide to talk about. So, hasta la bye-bye.
Bye.